Here in Sotogrande, again, in August you see the best polo player. So when you see this young guy running with the best horses at full speed, catching the ball in the air, you must understand that we have the best field in the world here in Sotogrande.
Hello everyone and welcome to my podcast, the podcast that explores Sotogrande, the people, the places and the passions that drive this beautiful community. Today with us we have Gaëtan Charloux. Charloux is the owner of La Capilla, which is a beautiful polo estate just outside San Enrique as you go towards Secadero. And he has an awful lot to contribute about polo and great ambitions for polo in Sotogrande. Gaëtan, very welcome to be with me here in my podcast. Thank you for coming along.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Good. Just one thing I'd like to ask one of my guests, just as a sort of a listener, is how would you introduce yourself to somebody that you'd never met?
I will say that first, I'm 54 years old.
You say that?
No.
Okay.
No, I would say that I'm really into earth and stone, I would say.
Earth and stone.
Yeah,
that's very nice.
Yeah, I've been 25 years a wine grower. In Bordeaux. So that's a part of agriculture and earth. And for the last 17 years, I started to be more in the real estate promotion in Baleares, in Spain, and also in Portugal. And I'm a sport guy also. Yeah. I studied polo when I was 10 years old. So that's my passion.
All right.
And that's why we are today, I think, together.
Right. And where were you working with polo? Where were you introduced to polo? In France, presumably?
I studied in France. Pure coincidences, I studied on Little Pony with a few kids. Yeah. And with Jacques Macaire, who was the best polo player in France, retired. He got two sons, Lionel and Stéphane Macaire. They played here in Sotogrande. I played with Lionel when he was 7 goals here. And so I started to play polo, and it turned me crazy immediately. So
there's something about that thing about polo, no? That people just go, it's a bug that bites you. I mean, it can be golf, and people get into golf and they bite you, and then you want to play and improve and everything else. But polo is such a different game because obviously it's 4 against 4, but there's the element of the unknown, the horse. Yeah. You know, the horse can be a good one, a bad one, a well-trained one, a better one. Tell me a little bit about the horse. The horse is so important, isn't it?
The horse is really the most important thing. Yeah. I mean, I will compare it to if you're a car fan and you like cars. Yeah, it's like having the best car, good brakes, good speed. Then there is the emotion, the relationship with the animal, which is the first thing to see. But it's all the element: horse, speed, contact with other player, the way of hitting the ball. It's a soccer game. At the same time, you go, you hit this ball, and you have to put it into a
more rugby game, not rugby. It's a bit more violent.
More violent. It's more rugby or hockey.
Okay,
it could be a hockey because you're on a horse, and the elements are the same. So you need to be a very good rider to be a very good ball player.
Okay. So you're originally from France.
Yes.
How did you come to Sotogrande? What's the relationship there?
I came in 1987 with my father, who was just starting to play polo. He followed me in the adventure, and he started to buy horses. He learned polo, and we didn't have clubs of polo in France, few but not many. And he brought us here in summer, so we started to play. And then I came back, invited by teams when I was 3-4 goals. So I came in summer and played a lot with Patrick Guérin-Rames and his son, who was a big patron here playing. And I got the opportunity to play with Edouard Carmignac, French patron.
Mostly the French groups.
And so then my father had a property in Argentina because he turned to be crazy about polo. So he created a club in France, a second one. And then he moved to Argentina. He was breeding horses, polo horses there. So and he got a little bit sick, and we say you should come back in Spain, where it's a very nice place where you can play golf. He loved golf. And he knew about Sotogrande from 1987, so he came here and he bought La Capilla. Okay, that was the way we came back here.
And La Capilla is a very large estate between San Enrique and Secadero. Yes,
exactly, between Tesorillo and Nicola, Tesorillo and San Enrique, and it's 240 acres.
Yeah. What makes it unique, do you think, the Capilla? It's flat, I know. It's very important.
Yeah, it's flat. Yeah, it's very old property. They used to have rice growing at La Capilla in the 40s.
Wow.
Rice. Then it turned to be orange, like most of the area. But it's 120 hectares of flat land.
And now it's avocado, presumably.
And now we have still a little few of orange, very good orange. We have avocado, and we have polo fields. Stick and ball fields and spaces for the horses.
How many fields do you have? Just the one?
We have one big polo field and one stick and ball field.
Okay. Yeah. And just for people that don't know, stick and ball is where you practice.
Exactly, what you practice every day to get ready with your horse and partners, and then you come to.
I know friends of mine that have their horses there. They stable them there, and so presumably you have your own horses, but you also have people from the community that may have somewhere to, or require somewhere to put them, no? So
yes, you can come either with your horses, and we have the facilities to welcome your horses in paddocks or in stables during the season. Yeah. And otherwise, you have a certain amount of polo player, English, Argentinian, who have horses here, so it's possible to rent horse and to start with, as I said, stick and ball. Yeah. And if you are pleased with this, then you can come and start some practice game and sharing the team with other people. And you don't need to immediately come and pay pros and participate in competition. You must start
somewhere. Because in Sotogrande, and I was talking to Santi Torreguitar about this, it's like become one of the majors. You know, from Argentina it goes to Wellington, then they all go to Guards, and then it comes here. Then I don't know exactly where it goes, but to Dubai probably now. And so we have very, very good polo here.
Yes.
But also we have, in Easter, the torneo, what's it called, the one that's going on roughly just now, the big one at the beginning of the season, the current tournament.
Now it's in England.
Iberian. No,
sorry, here. Iberian polo has been started.
So now it's the Iberian polo at the moment. So that's a different level.
Yes.
And then you have the sort of the La Quinta tournament, which is, really very low level, but fun for families and that sort of thing. Exactly. So we have a bit of everything. What's your vision? What would you like to happen here with polo?
To summarize what you just said, it's true that Sotogrande is the most important place for polo in August, and it has always been like this. Yeah. But the polo is growing thanks to the weather. We have more and more polo. Then it was July, August, then it turned to be June, July, August. April has always been a month of activity because of Semana Santa, so a lot of people from Spain, Madrid, they come and enjoy playing polo. But now it's nearly polo all year long, right? Except when it's raining, but we know that it's not often. And so now we have polo starting with the Iberian Polo Tour in April. May it's a little bit slowed down. Then it comes out in June with the Minuto Siete and Ayala organization. Then June, July again, Ayala and the big guys are coming. And you have about like very high goal, 22 goal. It's the maximum level we play in Europe. With the major pros coming this year again. We have the Castagnola brother, Cambiaso, Proto is coming, Facundo Pieres, a lot of 10 goalers are coming again this year with big patrons from all over the world. So it's very competitive. And imagine it's about 40 teams in the different level. It's about 140 players. I think it's about 1,300 horses during a month. staying in
do
Sotogrande
you
in the
stable
different
some
clubs.
of these horses? Do you stable them or?
We don't have the capacity to hold all these
No, of course
people,
not, but some.
Ayala is doing it.
Yeah.
You have different polo clubs around us. They are organizing themselves to hold these people and their teams, but it's a huge organization. And imagine a team for 22 gold. It's a lot of grooms, pros, family. So it's a business growing for a month and a half, because people arriving before mid-July to get ready, doing practice game, getting ready with their teams, and the Polo start the Bronze Cup start end of July. So it's very, very active.
And then there's the bronze, the silver, and the gold.
Yes.
And I think people don't appreciate that actually everybody plays the bronze and everybody plays the silver and it's not like the only good guys play the gold.
Sometimes people don't come to the bronze and only start with the silver because of timing, because you have polo in England, so you have teams in England ending the season in England, and they are coming running after time to start, and sometimes they cannot do the bronze. But that's the main activity. Ayala, August, and at the same time at La Capilla, we try to match to this organization, and we offer a level of polo which is not offered by Ayala and Minuto City organization. So we have 6 teams, 4 different cups, and all August we try to get.
So you have a parallel tournament.
Yeah, we have a parallel tournament at Ayala, but another level. So it's a 4 to 6 goal, which is the sum of the handicap of the player. Then you go to Ayala and you start at 8. Then you go to 14, and then you go to 22 goals. So that's what. Every step you find what you want.
Are there French teams coming? Is there a French team?
many big patrons came in Sotogrande and stayed in Sotogrande. Corinne Ricard from the Ricard group, Pernod Ricard group, came and played a lot of season. You have Edouard Carmignac, big financial guy, played many years here. You have the team of Saint-Meme, they are coming. Kazakh from Sébastien Gaëtan, all playing in high goal levels. So French are very active and happy to come here.
And where are they in France? Is it around Paris or is it down south?
We have different polo club in France. We have the Polo of Paris in the center of the city. Then you have Chantilly, which is the biggest polo club in France, in the north of Paris, with 8 polo fields. Then you have my club, La Moinerie Polo Club. We have 3 fields and offering polo from May to until end of September, and few other small clubs around. Saint-Tropez in the south, Deauville also in Normandy. So polo in France is quite active. Yes.
Getting back to Sotogrande. I know your vision is to make it more accessible to people, get more people involved. That maybe means getting a bit of the social life into it. How does the social life and the sports life of polo interact? You see in the Santa Maria fields, in August, it's a very big thing. You've got lots of little shops, you have bars, you have people can come and socialize. Not sure how many people understand polo and they go there for that, but that's part of the whole thing.
Exactly. I think the British always enjoyed this part of the polo.
The gin and tonic.
Parking close to the polo field and doing a picnic and enjoying their afternoon, drinking some good beers or wine and watching these guys fighting in the nature with beautiful horses. It's you don't need to be an expert, and the good thing of polo here in Sotogrande, again, in August you see the best polo player. So when you see this young guy running with the best horses at full speed, catching the ball in the air, with the best field, you must understand that we have the best field in the world here in Sotogrande.
Really?
Ayala organization is putting a lot of investment and energy and passion to produce the best polo you can have. So they do a lot on the field. They do a lot to bring the people and enjoying their playing, but also the outside, as you said, the bars, the all what you can get around. The entertainment is very active.
There's
and
children's stuff as well. There are big games.
Exactly. So I think people can shouldn't be shy to come and enjoy the afternoon watching polo and seeing this atmosphere, which is great, even if you don't play.
And it's free.
And it's exactly.
You just drive up and enjoy it. You don't have to pay to go in. You know, a lot of people worry.
Completely. Sometimes people say, "Oh, I don't know if I can go." Yeah, come in. We are pleased to introduce this fantastic game to the public, as a public or a future polo player. Who knows? Who
knows?
Yeah.
Sorry for the short interruption. I just thought I'd share with you one of my tips. When you're looking for a property in Sotogrande, make sure you ask for the LPO, Licencia Primera Ocupación. It's the first occupation license, which is very important when you're buying a villa, because if you don't have that, you won't be able to rent it. It also is a document which ensures the house is fit for purpose. So LPO, Licencia Primera Ocupación, is an important document which you make sure your lawyer does find that for you. It's great to see, for example, in the last few years, the kids on these little cycle things. There's one little
Roda.
What do they call them?
Roda Polo.
Roda
Polo.
And they're there with the little sticks and you know they play games and it's an amazing. I mean, the balance they have. I suppose it's quite natural because, you know...
It's funny. It started in the US, in Palm Beach, with Cambiaso's son. Cambiaso is still the best, the GOAT. The GOAT. He just got 50 years old and he won the US Open against his son, who is like 19 or 20 years old. But his son started to do Roda, this electrical wheel, and was using his mallet as a fancy thing and a ball, as a passionate guy with polo, and some people saw it. And during COVID in Argentina, the kids were doing it on the polo field in Argentina a lot, and it started to grow. And thanks to a gentleman, a friend, Javier Tanoira, who is his father was one of the best polo player in Argentina. He was a very good polo player. And as a visionary guy, he created the Roda Polo with rules. Yeah. And it's true that now in Spain, thanks to his organization and local people, there is some competition, tournament, and it's fantastic. You see these kids running at full speed. It could be dangerous, but there is equipment to avoid.
Yeah. But they're on grass and not on the sun.
They're on grass and they learn. And I've heard that some kids started to do Roda Polo, and the parents brought these kids to horses. So for us, it's also
a stepping stone.
An opening door to the real polo, if they like it. And my son is 15 years old. He has been doing for 4 years this Roda Polo. Yeah. Now I think he's on the field
doing it
actively on his.
Have you tried it?
I've tried it.
Any luck?
I enjoy it without the mallet.
Okay.
Because the balance is
tricky.
Yeah. And when you come to move on one side and the other, it's not so easy. So I got too much accident in polo, so I don't want to have one with Roda. So
but it's like riding a bicycle. You know, it's difficult at the beginning, but then you must get.
But it's great. It's super fun. Yeah. It's super fun. I advise people to try.
Because that's something that brings people in, you know, to enjoy the event of the polo. Is activities they can have. The children can be doing that. There are bars, as I said. There's music as well afterwards.
Exactly.
You know, all of that is part of Sotogrande. How can we extend that into other times of the year? You know, to make it more something to go to. The Iberian polo. You know, I'm sure there are not many people watching it.
Yes.
Because only the fanatic polo people go, but it's something that I think we should try in Sotogrande for the community to be more involved. Do you think there's anything there that can be done?
I think we are trying at a different level. At La Capilla, for example, as I said, we have tournament in August, 4 cups, but we try to get also a tournament in June. We'll have an October because people are asking for more polo. People from outside. Coming here. I think it's just saying to the people, come, join us. The gate is open. If you want to watch games at La Capilla, you can come, and during the month of August, we play Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, morning time, afternoon. There is an app where people can get in touch with and see all the polo game in Spain, so Sotogrande, and see.
There's an app that does that.
There's an app, yeah, okay. Sure.
Because one of the things that I mean, every year I do some sort of blog on polo for my website, and eventually I get phone calls saying, at what time is the polo starting?
Yeah.
And I think what people do is they just Google Polo Sotogrande, and they will call or email the first one they see, not realizing I'm not in the polo world. But because I did a blog, and maybe because I rank a little bit higher, I get phone calls. So I've literally had I memorize the things and either WhatsApp back the people.
Chukker app, Chukker, Chukker. As you know, polo play in different Chukkers.
Chukker app is called.
So Chukker app is offering all the news about polo nearly all over the world. So you just got to, I want to go to Spain.
Yeah.
You will see the tournament in Spain.
Yeah.
And you can follow what's going on, and you see the games at what time,
but that would be
which polo field.
The very high goal, but also La Capilla.
La Capilla has his own tournament. So you will be. We have the Rugby Cup, for instance.
Yeah.
We have several Diamond Cups. So you see Rugby Cup. What is it? You click. And you see rugby is at La Capilla, and there is this amount of teams. They are playing this tournament, and at what time they play, which polo field, and it's the same with the Bronze Cup in Spain. You will find that it's in Los Pinos or it's at Ayala. At what time? And they have the schedule, and they can come and
so that.
Enjoy.
The interesting thing is when you first come into Sotogrande, any of the entrances, there's a little board it says polo, and it tells you what time and where.
Yes.
If you notice that.
Yes.
And that tradition seems to have stayed.
Yes.
And it probably goes back years.
Yes, it's true.
You know, but I think there's a gap, and you know, because people want to know, and I think there's should be more advertised or publicized the games to make people aware. I know the newspapers would do it and everything else, and if you really want to find out, you can.
Yes,
you know? But it's got to be more bang in your face.
No, you're perfectly right. I mean, we see the polo inside Sotogrande regarding the Bronze Cup and the Ayala organization. You don't see advertisement about La Capilla. It's true. You need to know where it is. Find out there is not a flag indicated. It's a private. It's not a club in the way of membership and so on.
There's no bar club. You go to.
It's a private property. But as I said, as the owner, the gate is open during the games. People, if they know, it's easy. And between San Enrique and Secadero, you will see on the right.
It's right there.
And you come in, and you have these beautiful trees, palm trees, and then the polo field is just here. So there is a bar. There is places to sit and watch the game. Just go on the Chukker app, see what time is the game, and come.
Okay, so we will promote Chukker app. Okay,
Chukker app. I think you must promote it. Yeah, we all go. Players, we all go there.
That's what you do.
As far as a player, I want to know what's going on in England. I want to know what's going on in US. So I go and check and see the games, who is playing.
And gives you results, presumably, of the results of the games.
Completely. And you see who make this goal, how many, who's scoring the best. I know you have. It's very well made.
Okay, that's cool. Sotogrande, as you say, polo, we have golf, we have sailing, we have other things, but the economic impact of polo in Sotogrande must be quite significant.
I imagine.
If it disappeared, it would leave a big hole. Because you have, obviously, the clubs, you have the people that are employed, you have the horses, you have to employ peticeros to look after them and grooms to look after them. You know, they're on pieces of land that needs to be looked after. So what do you think? I mean, I don't know whether anyone's ever made an economic impact study of what it does, the polo in this part of the world. Do you have any idea, do you think? Or is that difficult to establish?
I can just sum it because, as you say, there is a big difference between a polo at La Capilla low goal polo, and high goal polo. High goal polo, you have big teams, budget are huge. It's Formula One. So again, when you have 4 players on the field, it's I don't know, a 10-goal player comes with his family, so he need a house. Then he has his organization with his grooms, so he comes with like maybe for 1 player you play in 6 Chukker. In a high goal, for 1 player it's 12 to 13 horses. 12 to 13 horses, it's 2 grooms. 2 grooms, even more. Per players.
Of course.
So you multiplicated these numbers in terms of allocation, apartment or houses, food, expenses, restaurant, and so on. It's a large community. And it's true that people really enjoy Sotogrande. Again, the players, the best polo players, they promote Sotogrande for different reasons. It's a beautiful place. The sun is here. The fields are good. The polo is exceptional. High goal plays with wooden ball. Maybe people don't understand, but it's very important for them, because then when they go to Argentina for the biggest season, the most important polo, they play with wooden ball. And Sotogrande is the unique place to play with wooden ball instead of plastic ball.
And that's September, October, November.
September, October, the Triple Corona, they call. And so they are very happy to come here, because it's a very, very intense game, and the infrastructure are fantastic for families. We hope we could have more in Sotogrande. I say personally, I think we don't have enough restaurant. I'm enjoying having good food, good wines. There is very good restaurant here, but not enough.
I know.
That's so. I hope we can grow together, polo and.
I mean, in the Yala, the Cancha Dos, which suddenly had this.
Unfortunately burned.
But they'll put it back, I hope.
I hope. I don't know. I hope they will be back for summer. We all expect this fantastic.
Have you ever thought of doing something like that on your property?
No. I thought about a project of maybe selling lands of my property to polo players, where they could get their own stables, and as far as I was concerned, having more polo field and a clubhouse with a restaurant, swimming pool, and so on. But it's not easy to get as a license from the...
I know, and I think Santa Maria had a project that they wanted to put, and I don't think it was for polo, it was for show jumping. They had up on the hill behind the show jumping arena there were pieces of land that they were looking at. Ayala as well were doing the same.
Ayala is trying to get something again, what I'm mentioning, some lands to sell to horse polo passionate, and offer them the facilities to play polo. So it's part of a project that Ayala would like to grow here. To do. But again, administration, license, not always easy.
Well, I mean, I understand that the Santa Maria polo fields, the area that some of that will be developed as well. Because the polo fields will remain, or maybe one will go, but
one will go. Well, yes, exactly. The three polo field will stay, and the number 1 polo will go into a real estate project. So,
and then a hotel as well, I gather, that's going in there as well. So maybe some restaurants.
Maybe some restaurants. Yeah, certainly. We need more polo fields. So we need facilities, hotels.
How many polo fields are there? I mean,
I would say around 16.
16
polo field, which is huge for the distance between until Dos Lunas, which is a little bit far from here.
Polo Valley as well, they have
Polo Valley, I expect they have one polo field. So I would say around 4 to Dos Lunas, 1 Polo Valley. We have 1. Ayala has like 3. Now still 4 in Los Pinos. You have 2 to 3 fields in Puente de Hierro. So more or less.
And the Rio ones, shame.
And the Rio, we have 2 polo field, which was a fantastic place. That's a pity. We are all sad, and I think even the community really enjoyed to come.
Absolutely,
to this Rio field, because you had the restaurant, you had the facilities were fantastic, and for the players being inside the field, you could hear the public, which is important.
Yes.
When you get support from the public.
No, that was a very good. I mean, I live very close to that, and it was a little bit of a traffic jam when it was going on, but it doesn't matter. I mean, and people could walk, you could cycle there from your homes. It was so nice, that this big thing was going on right in the middle of Sotogrande. And shame that I mean, I don't know why or how, but probably politics and economics.
Unfortunately, I don't think we will see it coming back.
No, not at all. Overall, the infrastructure that we have, therefore, you think is okay, and it can grow little by little, or it's not a question of we're lacking infrastructure and therefore people are not coming in terms of polo. It's.
I don't think we're lacking about infrastructure. We have always the possibility to welcome big teams. I mean, we have like billionaires, patrons coming from Middle East. And serious guy playing in England in the best Queen's Cup, Gold Cup, and they come here and they come back. So I think they are happy to stay here. They find what they are expecting. But as I said, I remember an Australian polo player, Packer, which was a massive patron. He played many years here. He had his boat in the port.
This is the Sun.
The Sun,
but although
now the Sun is old. But there is a new one coming, the youngest son, which I think he likes polo. Okay. But it's true that he was spending much more time in Marbella, and some patrons, I know, big patrons are missing restaurants, so they go to Marbella and. Because they don't find what they want here. So as I said, restaurant is.
Paca used to stay on his boat, didn't he? He had his boat here.
He had his boat here. But the boat was moving. To Marbella from to here. Is open now.
The Fairmont. The Fairmont in Cadesa.
With a good chef.
That's a good start. They've launched and they're opening up, and it's like a soft opening, but they're developing it all, and the pools are open. I was there the other day, and the people swimming in the pool, and they got 1-2 restaurants. One meant to be a little bit higher up in terms of quality and everything else, and it's a nice place. It's not Sotogrande, but it's just very close.
But we needed a brand like Fairmont to be here. That's important for people who are coming and say, where should I go? What type of restaurant? What type of hotel I can find? If you give a brand name, it gives a statue to the place.
I mean, in golf as well, you got the Live that comes here. And, although it's not the whole month, but it's a week at least, and people come for a bit more on that because some people want to play the courses afterwards and all that sort of stuff. And they, Americans that come here will stay for a week and play different courses. Maybe not Valderrama, but they want that, and they need to stay somewhere. They need to eat somewhere. They need to so all that helps the area a lot.
I think Sotogrande is still very confidential, which I like. But when you mention Sotogrande, I see people more and more saying, "Oh yeah, I've heard about it. Oh yeah." They know a little bit more, but it's still confidential. And, there is.
But I think that in a way is okay. People discover it, and I get it all the time with people coming and saying, I found a place, and it's different to up the coast. It's low density. There are no big buildings around. You can drive around. The streets are wide in comparison to maybe Marbella, where the streets are small. No. And there's less concrete, basically. It's a nice place to be. Yeah,
for sure.
Very excellent. Gaëtan, is there anything that I haven't asked you that maybe you wished I had asked you?
I think we talk about what we love this place. We invest a lot of emotion, passion into what's happening here. I think it has been growing tremendously well since the COVID. People are coming, more people are buying house, so it's on the good path. I just want to say again, the polo here is the best polo in the world during the season of August. Summer is fantastic. So I'm just saying to people, come and join us, watch the game, and if you want to try someday, there is the possibility. in the different places I mentioned, clubs that I said around, where you can start easily to do it. So that's my message. And thank you for asking.
Very good. So, Gaëtan, how would you describe Sotogrande in one sentence?
Sotogrande, for me, is the best place in Europe for enjoying polo and family moments.
Fantastic. Gaëtan, thank you so much indeed for coming with me.
Thank you again so much.
Very good. There you go, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. And please don't forget to subscribe if you would. It'll really help me with my podcast and the development of it. So thank you very much. See you soon.